All right, well, you guys have managed to protect this logging camp, acquire two tag-alongs from the champions of the New Frontier, and you're headed north on the road towards Vors Delta. You had a sort of specific arrangement of who was sitting where in the caravan at this point. What was that again?
Rhowan and Wren were at the front with the two new people, and then Sylra and Brielle were with
Deirdre.
Deirdre.
Yep.
All right. Is anyone trying to accomplish anything in particular as you travel?
Keeping an eye out for white dragons that might have a bone to pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception check. I almost said persuasion. That'd have been interesting.
Would have been less good.
The road seems clear. There's nothing ahead of you that is any concern to you.
Look, my passive's 21.
Well, the wagon carries on, and as you're traveling along the road, eventually you hear from the attractive Triton in the back carrying a great sword. So you guys been doing this for a while, or?
It's first time.
Oh.
What do you mean by this?
Caravan guarding, I suppose, or, I don't know, interjecting in fights that had nothing to do with you? Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but, not many people do that sort of thing.
Well, the first one we've been doing for about a few hours, I think.
Yeah, this morning.
And the second one, that's been a few weeks now, I think.
So you're just new to Cadence then, or just decided to up and set off into the world of adventuring?
I've been here for like 10 years, and usually the adventure comes to me, but sometimes I go out and find it.
That's interesting. I like that.
I've also been here for about 10 years. I prefer to stay in the city usually, but lately, well, this crew has had business outside of the city, and so have I. So here we are.
Oh, so like Vors? That you have a home there or something? You have a tavern you like to hang out at?
Vors Delta? No, I've never been there.
Oh, well, you'll like it. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. If you're sensitive to smells, you're going to want to stay away from the northern docks. The fish market's pretty intense. Let's see. If you like your teeth, stay out of the barbed blueberry.
Actually, I was kind of interested in seeing that place.
It's not a friendly place. It's like run and owned by the Blue Fangs, right?
I actually didn't know that.
His leader, at least. Or their leader, I should say. Yeah, he's kind of an asshole. He's always saying that he could take Terra in a fight, but to this day, he's never accepted an invitation to fight.
I suppose that makes sense with the name. I had wondered.
You wondered what?
Oh, blue fang, barbed blueberry.
Oh, yeah. He's got this fixation with blueberries. He eats them constantly, and his tusks are turning blue because of it.
Things
Weird.
I didn't have to things I didn't think I'd have to make a note about.
But if you're really looking for a good time, join us at the Iron Tankard. It's where all the champions hang out, and visitors are welcome by invitation only. But if you're into adventuring, you can obviously all handle yourselves, and maybe I can put in a good word.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been adventuring for about 5 years, and I've been with the champions for 2. Cyndella got me in.
And you were just seeking new scenery, or?
Well, yeah, more or less. It's the Trimaris Expanse was fun and all for a while, but there was no, I don't know, there was no thrill out there, and the new frontier seemed interesting to me, and so I hopped on a ship and made the long journey, and it seemed like everywhere you look here, people need help, so I stepped in.
Tell me about it. I don't think we've gone a single day without having to stop and help someone.
Yeah, well, they call it the new frontier for a reason. It's pretty wild, pretty savage, and the further inland you go, the more dangerous it gets, so watch yourselves. I wouldn't be heading west anytime soon if I were you.
We have had some experiences west.
No way, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys should really join me at the Iron Tankard. I think they're gonna like you.
We'll be sure to stop by, assuming we have time.
Your first round's on me. You hear a long from Cyndella.
No, you thought the Trimaris Expanse was boring?
Yeah, they kind of got things locked down over there. There's stuff to see. The cities are beautiful. Some of the best wine I've ever had in my life. But it's
Guess you never found the Fey Crossing.
What's a Fey Crossing?
Oh, well, I'm not making that up, right? You did tell me that there's a Fey Crossing in the Triton. Okay.
But this Triton doesn't know what a Fey Crossing is.
Okay. Do you know about the Fey?
Tell him about the waterfall.
Fey, as in, so. Oh, you're Sylvan, aren't you? So did you come through the Trimaris Expanse then? Is that where you came into this plane?
I didn't, but my grandparents did.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. I've never been to the elemental plane of water, but my parents came through from there.
Mm. Very nice. I think it's the Fey Plane's a pretty wild place from what I understand.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be, right? There's all those tricksters and pixies and plants that want to eat you. Or is this just stuff I learned from a picture book as a kid?
No, those are there. Or we read the same picture book. But we do have this waterfall nearby that's supposed to go up instead of down.
Wouldn't it be called a water up then?
You would think so.
We kind of have things like that too. It's underwater already, so I don't know if it counts, but there's these caves that are deep under Trimaris that kind of push water upward.
So that's how it works.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I don't either.
I've never seen one that was not submerged under the ocean.
If you ever get bored here, it sounds like there are still interesting things in the Trimaris Expanse.
Oh, I'll have to consider that. Although, now with my new role with the guild and all, I'm kind of, I don't know, and I'm enjoying myself. I make some coin, meet a lot of beautiful women, and you know, life's good.
I think Wren glances over at Cyndella since she's been having very obvious reactions to Wallace every single time.
She's just got like her hat tipped down. She doesn't even want to look at him while he's talking like this.
And what about you then? She turns her attention to Cyndella.
Sorry, what?
Well, what are you doing out here, and how long have you been on the road?
Oh, I've been on the road for 80 years, give or take.
And this is the kind of company you were able to find in those 80 years.
Well, I've had a lot of company in those years. Unfortunately, most of them get cut down after a few days. This big dumb idiot has been with me for a couple of years now, and he's still standing, so I keep him around.
Good help is hard to find.
Isn't it ever? But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I am possibly the most skilled archer that ever lived, but in a close-up fight, I'm not so good. So, you know, everyone needs a little bit of help now and then.
I have been learning that.
So you were a bit of a lone wolf then?
You could say that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but there is a reason that wolves form packs. Your chance of survival goes way up.
I suppose, but your chance of losing something or someone also goes up.
Yeah, well, you can't lose something you never had, right? That just means you're never going to have anything.
I suppose you make a good point. She kind of looks over at Rhowan for a moment and then just like...
But I am grateful that you four showed up when you did. That was no easy fight after the day that we had, and something's really riled up these goblins. I don't know what got into them. They seem organized. It's a concern.
Yes, we actually have encountered goblins several days ago that seemed organized as well.
Whereabouts?
What was that? What was that town again?
Annadale?
Annadale. We're stopping. Well, actually, we were just passing through Annadale, and there seemed to be some sort of organized attack that had taken place, and some of the villagers there were tied up in their homes.
Complete town takeover. She pulls a map out of her pack and unfurls it in front of herself, and you can see her mark a red X on Annadale. There are several other X's on this map, including 2 red circles with the word camp written under them.
Is there anything that Wren might be concerned about that have an X on them?
They're all small towns, many of them frontier towns that are off the main road. This is the first one that's on the main road. And so as she looks at the map, she's kind of going, they are getting more bold. You didn't by chance find a war camp, did you?
Oh, yeah. We did. Burn it straight to the ground.
Well, good. Thank you. That's more help than you can possibly understand. Where was it?
Here,
And she...
here. And Rhowan kind of fumbles around for his pocket. Actually, I think look in the side pouch of my pack back there. You'll find my map. Take whatever kind of notes you want.
She goes rummaging into your pack and Make a roll with your cartographer's tools.
You find out she's stolen a bunch of shit from you later. That's good.
So that's wisdom plus. Was that wisdom plus proficiency?
Yeah,
We decided.
yeah. Let's do that.
Whee!
Oh, this is a detailed map. I will take notes of these, and she marks down where the camp is, and then proceeds to fill in some of the terrain that you've added to the region that isn't available on her map. After a few minutes, she returns yours and puts hers away, and says, "Well, I'll talk to the higher ups. We have standing bounties on all of these. If you can take down a raiding party, that's 20 gold. If you can take down a camp, that's 100.
Sorry, raiding parties was how much?
20 gold. Unless they're a special group, you can make a case for it. But because this isn't being funded by other people posting bounties, this is an internal thing, our budget's limited.
Other than the very obvious that it's a problem, is there some sort of specific thing why you guys are handling this internally?
Nobody's posted bounties on it.
Fair enough.
Listen, I know the stigma that goes along with, mercenary guilds and all of that. That's not what the champions of the New Frontier are about. We're here to protect this place. We do collect bounties, we do get paid to do jobs because we need to keep the organization running, but what we're here to do is to make this place safe.
You find no judgment from me at all. I find it rather intriguing what you all do.
Well, thank you. It's just, we get compared to the Blue Fang a lot, and we are not the same.
I think that was pretty clear to me just on a first meeting.
You wouldn't believe what they offered me to join them.
Was it too little or too much?
15 platinum a week. And that was just as a base salary. They are desperately looking to expand and shut us out. But, well, we're not about to let that happen.
And what's the downside then to going with them?
Well, they have no, I don't know, they have no heart, they're all about coin, they're all about maximizing profits. They take over areas of the industry that they have no business in. They're taxing people on the road, I hear, which is new. It sounds like they're just setting up to shake everyone down.
I think Wren was not with her until that very last part. She was like, none of this sounds very bad. And she goes, then at the very end, she's just like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, well, they're an interesting bunch. Don't get me wrong, they'll get the job done most of the time, but I've heard enough stories about them that I'm gonna steer clear.
So it was a moral decision for you.
Well, yeah, I didn't get into this to, make a fortune off desperation.
But at the same time, the help is needed. You still need to be paid.
You're not wrong, but at the end of the day, if something goes wrong, I know that Wallace, or hell, I know that Tara would come and help me personally. These guys, you take an arrow to the back, they're gonna leave you there bleeding.
I do know the type.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the cut gets divided through fewer numbers that way.
Is there anything that we should look out for in terms of our first time in Vors Delta?
Well, watch the pickpockets. They are everywhere. Law is enforced by the militia, but a lot of crimes going on every day. They are spread thin. They've been working hard to keep the outer defenses going, so... But if you get caught fucking around, they will put you down in the street. They don't care. Let's see. Never buy someone's personal vineyard wine. It will make you go blind.
That's unfortunate.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think
stick
I
to
can
the
fix
label
that.
stuff. You know, stay in the taverns. If you ever walk into a tavern and you get the feeling I'm not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to be there.
That's all very helpful.
Yeah, it's not much, but I don't know how to explain the boars to a couple of newbies like you. It's something.
I think, unless Rowan has anything to add, that Wren is pretty satisfied, just kind of keeping up a similar, like, she'll share stories of what they've done in the last few days that don't give away some of the more private things that they've been up to, and I'm sure they're both well adept at having like light conversation that also doesn't reveal too much about themselves, so she's going to keep that up while they go.
Fair enough. All right. Well, your travel continues on. Day turns to night. You guys stop to make camp with your caravan. Are you giving any particular orders to them? Is there any sort of campsite you're looking for?
A good one. David doesn't know what that entails. I assume Rhowan would.
I mean, he might for a few people. For a dozen wagons and stuff, maybe not.
Well, he's pretty sharp. He could remember the kind of place. Well, in that way, he could remember the kind of places that they had been staying.
Give me a survival check. Ooh,
Not great.
not great at all.
I have inspiration.
You're welcome to use it.
I didn't like that face. It was a 20.
That's a lot better.
He tricked me.
You start veering off the road, seeing this trail that goes out to like a flat point, and as you're going, you kind of realize that there's this steep hill with a lot of snow buildup like there, and it's like, oh, this is not going to be good for us. And you kind of veer back onto the road, and you go a little bit further ahead, and you find this like rocky outcrop that you can go up to instead, and you find a decent place. There's not a lot of grass for feeding the horses or anything, but there is a small trickle of like a waterfall off the mountainside, and drink a water bowl.
I am, if it's like really dire for the horses, I am not against using my last 3rd level spell slot to cast plant growth for them.
No, it's they have feed. Like
okay.
The wagons they all bring feed for their horses, and I think you guys bought some as well. It's just mostly try to let them graze when they can. But yeah, you guys you're able to set up a camp that's half decent. You kind of circle the wagons a bit. And you're kind of aligned to go back out the way you came down the hill in the morning. Is there anything anybody wants to do during this evening?
I've been talking for like half an hour, so if the others want to chime in with something, I'm... Oh,
you're muted.
I can't hear you.
Oh, nope.
Still nothing quiet for some reason. Might be able to help you.
Oh.
In the meantime, Sylra, what do you do when your wagon comes to a stop in the back?
She's going to go find Rhowan and Wren and check up on them, what's going on, get any
You're like
information.
with the circle of the wagons, you're kind of like right next to them, being at the front and the back. So you're able to cop out and like they're right there.
Maybe now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay! My computer keeps like flickering all my stuff, like my light flickered, my mic flickered.
need to
It's
do
weird.
that.
It's possessed. Anyways, Brielle's been really quiet the whole caravan ride sort of thing. Sylra will have noticed she's not her usual chatty Cathy self, and she's just been kind of like sitting there, and then she'll still, once she gets out of the caravan, go around, ask everyone, do you need help moving stuff? Do you need help setting up the camp? Just to kind of like take her mind off things. But then she'll take one of the notebooks she had just bought and kind of find a place by the fire and just open it up and start writing as much as she can in her book and kind of keeping to herself.
Interesting. Okay. Well, several of the people do welcome your assistance as they're unloading things and setting up to have a proper campsite for the night. But then you're able to make your way to the fire pit with the book.
Well, I heard Sylra say that something about Wren, but I was in the middle of trying to help Megan with her mic. Sorry.
That's okay. She would sort of like follow up with you guys and like learn whatever you guys learned from the other two new people.
Yeah, Wren would be sure to tell you what she learned about the gold for the camps and the raiding parties for the goblins, and she would have also told Sylra about what they should be watching out for in Vors Delta, like the pickpockets and how crime is kind of running rampant in the inner city parts. Also warning about the wine specifically for Sylra. Do not drink this if it's not labeled.
And then after that, she'd just sort of like make a note towards them. It's like, Brielle's been really quiet. Like, I know I possibly saw something weird, but
I caught a glimpse of that too. That was weird.
What are you guys talking about?
You started glowing?
yeah,
She kind of always did that a little.
more
Not like
so
that.
different.
It's
I'm worried about her.
I did want to check up on her about the caravan master. I know she was kind of hard on
Yeah.
herself about him, and this probably didn't help. Should we? She looks over to where Brielle is, like currently, like scrawling in her book by the fire. Maybe we give her a moment, but should we all talk to her at once, or is it like a one at a time so she doesn't feel ambushed?
I was just gonna go sit down next to her, but if you think we should give her a minute, we can. That's fine.
I don't normally see her go off by herself like that, so I feel like maybe she needs it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just go sit over there. Owen will sit down right next to Brielle.
You'll be our ears and eyes then, and get us if we are needed then.
Wren will try to make a point of talking to Brielle later, but they usually sleep near each other anyway, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Other than that, is Nadia, does she have her wagon like set up at the moment?
She does not. Like the window's open, but she's not like properly set up. She's just kind of rummaging about in her wagon.
Okay. She's been trying to track this woman down for for days now. So she's gonna go over. She kind of rummages to make sure that she has that that emerald in her inventory ready in hand.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Okay.
pretty small. But she wasn't able to gauge the price on it, so she wants Nadia's opinion on what it might be worth, and she heads over. Evening, Nadia.
Oh, Wren. Hi.
Hi. Are you doing all right?
That's exactly how I would say I'm doing.
I guess that's better than not all right.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. I could have been my wagon. Honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't. I've heard that dragons like valuables, and
This one seemed very hungry for something.
It's been a weird week.
Just in general of the caravan or other things?
A lot of things. A lot of things. Yes, the caravan has been. We've never had. I mean, I didn't travel with Wilbur a lot, but I have many times, and we've never had something like this. What are the odds?
I've been hearing a lot of stories about the roads seeming a lot more dangerous lately. I don't think it's specifically us.
How is that possible? We've been settling this place for decades. We have more mercenaries and adventurers here than ever before, and it's getting worse.
Well, as you venture into deeper spots of an uncharted land, you find new things that don't like you being there, I would assume.
You think it's like a wildlife relocation thing?
I'm not too certain, but it's honestly just a guess for me. I know nothing about being out in the wild, really. It's what I have Rhowan for.
Well, yeah, maybe I should ask him about some of this.
You might know.
I've really enjoyed traveling this road in the past, and it's just weird. People I know are dying, and it's a confusing time.
She's like is she like hanging out the window?
Yeah,
sort
she's
of
kind of like
situation?
leaning against the windowsill while talking to you.
And she had like a little step stool thing that goes up, you said?
Yeah, she didn't put it. She hasn't put it out at this stage, though.
Okay, so there's quite a distance.
Yeah, she's a couple
Okay.
feet down, above you.
Well, I'm sorry for the loss of your friends. I know that doesn't really fix anything.
Don't think ill of me, but I wouldn't say friends. They're acquaintances, but they're decent people. Don't want bad things to happen to them. My friends are pretty limited, and oftentimes ends with some kind of spat.
I think you and I are a lot alike in that way.
I did get that sense when we spoke earlier. Oh, what am I doing? And she pulls a lever and the thing comes out.
That's quite all right. I did want to ask you about something. I found this, and she's going to take out the. You described it as brilliant and shining, and the value unknown, but very small and well cut.
Mm-hmm.
What might this sort of thing be worth? Would you say?
Yeah, she holds out her hand to take it. You offer it to her.
Yep.
And she gets out one of those, I don't know what you call it, like one eye kind of Uh,
The eyeglass thing.
the eyeglass thing, yeah.
Jeweler's loop.
Thank you. She takes out her jeweler's loop and kind of looks at it. And she turns it around. Well, this is no mere gem. That's for sure.
Oh.
Something cut this well. This was not in a cave somewhere. This was not like. Honestly, she looks around and just. This could have come out of like a king's ring. Like, this is very high quality.
Interesting.
But I suspect there's more to it than that as well. Give me 1 second here. Would you mind waiting 10 minutes?
Absolutely. I'll leave you to whatever and come back.
Yeah, she takes it into her wagon, and you can see that there is a particular workbench she goes to, and as soon as she stands in front of it, these purple lights come up, and she begins doing something of a magical nature.
Wren will pace somewhere like 15 to 20 feet away and just kind of keep an eye occasionally on it then.
Okay. What is everyone else doing during this time? I know Rhowan is sitting next to Brielle.
She'll like glance up when he like comes to sit beside her and then just like kind of go back to her writing. She'll like give him a brief smile.
You're muted.
Well, that's funny because I said something's not right, and it turns out that it was that I was
Right.
There's
muted.
your microphone. Microphone. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Ben. I'm using that.
The new
I
meme.
love
Yep. Something's not right, Brielle. What's going on with you today? Which I understand that sounded kind of judgmental. It wasn't.
Just tired of a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if this is the best time to bring it up, but you got all glowy and screamy back there in Yeti's foot. Has that
Yep.
ever happened before?
She'll just shake her head silently.
Okay. Feeling all right? Physically? Okay.
No.
Okay.
She's like on the verge of tears.
Do you want
I
to tell
guess
me
Wren-
about it?
I guess Wren was right. I don't
About
think I'm
what?
human.
Well, I don't think you are.
But what am I?
Would I have any guesses?
Ooh, you make a religion check.
The lady in my dream said I'm like, I don't know, like a baby god, but not.
Does that help at all?
I'm trying to give the help action.
I think more than anything, Rhowan would be like, at the very least, we know you're not a god, so like, calm down, you know.
We know that
Calm
much.
down, girl.
We know that much.
You just learned magic. Now you think you're a god.
She did learn it really fast.
She did say a baby god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
baby
true.
god, guys.
Baby god, do 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 do.
No.
But yeah, that's literally all Rowan's getting at this point. Is like, there are things you could be, but you're definitely not a god.
Well, I don't I don't think you're a god. I don't know if that's what you're hoping for or not.
No.
I don't. Okay, well, I think you're good on that one then.
Okay.
You're still Brielle.
Yeah. It just means my parents lied to me.
Well, I think it only counts as a lie if they knew and didn't tell you. You said that you'd never done that before.
No.
Maybe they didn't
No.
know.
I know when I was a kid, and like sometimes now, when my emotions get a little intense, my hair glows. But like, I've never experienced that before. It's just like when I saw Wilbur on the ground and I knew I couldn't do anything about it. And then I saw Wren and I promised her I'd keep her safe. I knew I'd failed. And it made me sad and it made me angry. And I was afraid. And it just all came out at once. And I don't know what happened.
I understand that. It's not easy when something that sort of identify your entire person with, you're not able to do as well as you'd like. But look, Wren's right over there. She's walking around.
Not because of me.
Not just me.
Wilbur's not. We've lost so many. How do you deal with this, Rhowan? I didn't know my grandparents, but I've never lost anyone, and to be on this trip and to lose so many, how do you deal with that?
It's tough. But I don't know, maybe it's not healthy. I just focus on what I am able to do instead of what I can't, and just try to remember that if I wasn't there, it might have been a whole lot worse. Which is a true statement about your presence on this trip so many times, Brielle.
She like kind of smiles a little through the tears.
Come on. Come here.
She'll like gently like go in for a hug because she's just sad.
Yeah.
And she'll like cry in your arms.
It's okay. It's tough. Yeah.
I think on
It
that,
doesn't get-
very nice. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, it doesn't get easier, does it?
Get more used to it. It becomes less of a shock.
Okay. And then she'll
Okay.
be quiet.
Well, on that very nice moment, we'll head off for our break. We're in a little bit over our break time, which I honestly
No.
can't.
No.
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 We like
No.
just started.
What time do you think we start streaming?
4?
We've been
No, 5.
streaming.
Oh,
We've been streaming
shit.
for 45
50
minutes.
Okay, so then I told you my brain is not on this plane today. So
Sorry, can't get rid of that easy.
So on that note, it's a perfect time to keep going for 40 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. All right. Fuck.
It's fine. We start tides at 4. It's confusing.
Life is confusing. And I'm all thrown off too because I didn't work today. So thank you for understanding. We're gonna continue on for. So what is Sylra's not part of this conversation? What is she doing during all of this?
She is going to be sort of like keeping an eye on what's happening, but like sort of be like off in the distance, walking around the wagons, not really doing much of anything unless someone asks her to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, then Wren. After about 10 minutes or so, Nadia goes, "Holy shit! Get in here."
It doesn't take Wren like any time at all. She's
Yeah,
Very
her
intrigued
back
by this.
door's immediately opened, and as soon as you come in, she
Ew.
closes it. And oh god,
Wren is ready.
wow,
Just
wow.
to throw you off the night. It's fine.
She closes the door behind you immediately, and after that, pulls one of the levers, and you can see the gates kind of come down on all the windows. Where did you find this?
I don't actually remember now, to be honest.
Well, you need to go back there.
Why?
Okay. Well, first of all, as a jeweler with no preconceived knowledge of what this thing might be, I would tell you this is worth 1,200 gold pieces.
Really?
Yeah. The crazier part is, look at this, and she kind of like flips it to the bottom side, and then you can't really see anything, but she gives you her jeweler's loop. Like, look carefully. And I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh god, I'm not good at those. In the tower?
No, do it open.
A -1. Let's see how that goes.
I believe.
13.
Not bad. With the assistance of the jeweler's loop and her pointing it out, she's like, okay, those things that look like very, very, very faint lines, very like swirls going through the gem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a 3-dimensional rune.
What does that mean?
This is 1/2 of a magical item that, based on the complexity of the rune, I couldn't even tell you what it might do. But it's more magic than I ever fucking learned.
Oh. I will have to think long and hard about where I found this, because it was quite a few long days of travel through the rain, I believe.
Well, when you figure it out, track down the ring it belongs in.
Thank you. So, in your opinion, I should keep this until I find the ring?
Well, if you're absolutely desperate for some gold, you could sell it off, but if my guess is correct, and this is only a guess, and I wouldn't normally tell that to a customer, but you're not a customer, you're my friend. So my guess is that whatever this ring is, it existed before the current curriculum of magic.
Wren knows some stuff about magic and being specifically taught magic.
Yes.
Would that have, like, how much weight would that have to her?
Magic has been standardized since at least the second Convergence. So this thing is thousands of years old.
You know, I think I've made some mistakes already in my adventuring, and that I haven't been thorough in my checking of places that we've been. And this kind of seals the deal for me. I appreciate that you took a look at this. What do I owe you?
Oh, nothing. Just don't go flashing that thing around. People will kill you for it.
I tend not to do that, so I don't think you have to worry.
Good. Then we can both forget we ever had this conversation, and that can be payment enough.
Sounds
Seriously,
good to me.
find that ring, and if you do, can I see it? Can I touch it?
I think Wren is a little bit charmed by that response that she's having. And she's like, of course. As you said, we're friends, right? And she's just like, says it very like flatly that it's almost hard to read her.
I can't tell if you're playing me, but you know what? It's fine. I think you're a good friend, Wren. I mean, we maybe just met, but kindred spirits, you know?
I do agree there.
We're just, two young, exciting, vibrant women on the road, leaving the Empire behind us, finding a way to make our business.
You couldn't have described me better. And I think in that one, she does let on a little bit purposefully that she's keeping some things to herself. But she gives her a smile and she says, I hope you have a good night. It was good talking to you about nothing at all.
Great. And I still owe you a bottle of wine when we get to Vors Delta.
I haven't forgotten. She'll turn and head back towards Sylra and kind of just wait for everyone to wind down for the night.
Yeah, what are the sleeping arrangements going to be like?
I think Wren will be big spoon, Brielle little spoon. If Rhowan and Sylra want a sandwich, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
But-
I usually always sleep by Wren, so Brielle will
Yeah.
sleep beside. Maybe not Little Spoon, but she'll be there.
Sleeping in like their wagon, I think, is where they've been doing
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And I guess
Was there... Sorry, go ahead.
Rowan's sleeping arrangement, I guess, largely depends on what Nadia's doing with her evening.
Well, for one, she's still reeling about something that she did not discuss with Wren. Yeah, I think Rowan gets you're really sweet, and I'd love to have another night together, but not right now.
Sure.
It's been a day.
She's not in a physical mood, and
Oh, that's not necessarily what he was angling for.
that's all she's interested in.
That's fair. She wanted that hug yesterday. I don't know, or this morning, I guess. I don't know.
That's outside the wagon stuff.
Okay, yeah, totally fair.
No, yeah, I mean, a bunch of people just died. She's just like,
Yeah.
I want to be alone and figure out
Right.
what I'm doing. But so I assume then you would default to your wagon with the others, or yeah. All right, are you guys setting up a watch?
Oh yeah.
Who wants
Okay.
to go first? Sylra's
who
fine
wants
with
to go
going
first?
first, but she might want to go second. So.
I mean, I kind of feel like we should double up if we're in charge.
Yeah. The big area.
Yes, true.
I can do part.
Yeah.
Brielle's probably still like she'll hang out with Rhowan.
Wren will take up a watch as well if needed.
All right, well then, Wren and Sylra on first watch.
Mhm.
Well, you can both roll your checks in the tower, and also I will remind you that Sylra picked up a locked box from the Goblin
Yes.
Commander.
Thank you.
I have that on my notes. I've just been waiting for the time.
I think she gave
Oh.
it to Wren already because she was like, I
Oh,
can
did she?
unlock this. Yeah.
That probably shouldn't have been at disadvantage anymore since it's dark.
Correct. It's fine. I'll take the higher number out of the two, which basically makes it advantage, but it's fine. You didn't. I'm not too concerned about this roll being unfairly weighted.
I mean, I can't see it, so I just roll again.
Yeah.
Could I have spent some of my watch doing that, or should I wait until afterward? Because she can.
Like
Yeah.
picking the lock on the thing. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can absolutely do that. That's not a problem. Especially because there's two of you, and neither of you are going to see anything anyway. So.
Okay.
Dang, now
Is that just sleight of hand? Is that what I'd roll?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Unless you have like expertise in your thieves' tools or anything.
Just checking that. No idea where to find anything here. Okay. I'll just go with that. Let's try this. No, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yeah, you can use your inspiration.
That's more
That
like it.
is a lot better.
That'll do it. Interestingly enough, Wren struggles with this lock a little bit. As she's picking at it, she can feel that this is not a standard key tumbler. There's something different about this lock. So she's kind of puzzling it through for a while, and then just barely manages to find the extra mechanism she needs, and it opens.
What's inside?
Inside. So this is sort of a black box gilded with gold, and is like very finely crafted. When you open it up, inside is like red velvet, like I don't know what you call it, the inner box thing, and draped over whatever's in it is a like red silk cloth. And as you pull it back, you find that there is a really nice looking coin pouch with 80 platinum pieces inside. And there is an item that almost looks like eyeglasses. They have a, sorry, let me find my description.
No rings, missing an emerald.
No, unfortunately, none of that.
What would be the chances?
Perfect.
Oh my god.
It was in the box the whole time. The lenses of these spectacles are made from some dark tinted glass, and there is a small green fragment inserted into the bridge.
I mean, Ren's gonna try and put them on.
Yeah, you put them on, and you can see as if it's day.
Oh, is this
Yeah,
what
you
it's
get
like?
60 feet of dark vision while you put them on.
I figured that's what those were. Goggles with night.
Nope,
Oh.
that's not what they are.
Does Wren make like a noise when she's like putting them on, like seeing?
She's like, oh,
Sylra
I can
would be
actually see now.
you can see. Like, did you open the chest?
Oh, yes. She's going to pass over the coin purse with the money in it. You might want to keep that private. But yes, I can see further now in the dark, which is not something I'm used to.
That's awesome. That'll be so much help having you be able to see without,
We-
you know.
We won't need Brielle's light, and that would be very... I do enjoy when she does her light, but I think sometimes maybe we don't want to be seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think I should put this in the bag of holding? Do you think that would be safe enough?
Oh, right. I forgot you found that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll just hold everything. Hopefully we don't lose that.
Yes, we can maybe pay for some of our travel expenses out of that.
Yeah. Sort of like a group sort of pool of money.
Yes, like a party inventory or something.
Yes.
Wow.
Me who did not remember at all how much was in it. It's really showing my shame.
It's 80 platinum pieces.
Oh, shoot.
And there is an image of the
Oh.
Galderite infused
Galderite?
spectacles. Yep.
Okay. What
That's
the?
pretty cool.
She doesn't
Friends
get the
gonna look
sense.
fancy.
She doesn't get the sense that they do anything beyond the night vision.
Well, Wren's not particularly magical, so you can make an arcane check if you'd like.
I don't think she would, honestly. Sure. Here, I'll do it in the tower.
Yeah, Wren looks them over pretty thoroughly, and something about them, she's handled magic items before. Something about them doesn't feel like a truly magical item. It seems like a complex design, but the shard of green verglass in the center of the bridge kind of sticks out to her, and when she plays with it, she notices that it's possible to actually remove it, and when she does, it loses the magical effect.
Interesting. Puts the emerald in.
It will not fit. Despite the image, it's actually like a narrow shard, like very specifically designed to fit into this.
She's like, not really my style, but it will come in handy.
Oh, I definitely think they're style. Sylra should be saying that with like a smirk on her face, like obviously, like, yeah,
They kind of clash with the whole outfit I have going on.
yeah. I mean, we could just switch your outfit with, everything that we have now. Get you a new one. You'd look like a funky ant.
What's wrong with my outfit currently?
Nothing is wrong with your outfit at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just, if you didn't want it to clash, it would just be at night.
I think since I'm guessing they rolled poorly on their perception anyway, Wren takes out some stuff from her disguise kit. She's just like trying stuff on and like putting on a little bit of a show for Sylra. How about with this skin tone? And she like changes her skin color.
Like, oh yes, very, very nice. Having too much fun.
They go a little bit over their watch, not watching at all.
All right, but your watch does come to an end. Unfortunately, the caravan is not attacked while you're distracted.
Amazing.
Perfectly. Yeah.
Rhowan and Brielle, let's get perception checks from you. Okay. Yeah, how do you guys set up for your watch?
You said we're kind of on like a bluff sort of thing, like an elevated space, kind of looking down onto the road.
Yep.
I think I'll take up position kind of near there, if that's on top of most people are probably all in their wagons. Somewhere where I can get the best view of the road.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll
Yeah, you're able
probably
to go
stay
to the
closer.
edge.
Just in case.
You're staying closer to the wagons and
Close
stuff.
to the wagons, yeah.
Okay.
I'm tired of running really far distances to get to where the danger is, so I figure if I stay there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't want to be super far away from Brielle. Sure what the scale of this area is.
Big enough to accommodate a dozen wagons and horses. Yeah. So sizable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can see Brielle in the wagon from where you are. Yeah, you guys kind of set up to watch, and there's not really much going on. The road is empty. The night is quiet. Until at one point, Rhowan, you do hear sort of screech in the distance. It sounds large. Sounds different than the fauna you're used to. But you don't see it.
I will
Brielle,
point it.
Brielle, you catch sight of something moving against the blanket of stars, which I assume you were looking up at every once
Always
in a while at
looking
least.
at the stars.
Yeah.
That's how I get my magic.
You see something blackening out the stars as it moves through the sky. There's another screech, and you can hear this large creature screeching as if it's intimidating something. It seems to collide midair with another thing just like it, and there is this roil of these screeches happening way up into the clouds. And after a minute or so, it just seems to end. Both things fly off in different directions.
Oh, they fly
Sorry?
off.
Yeah,
No,
they fly off.
Don't worry about it.
They were far above you, and then they kind of just split off, and one going kind of northwest, the other going southeast.
Noted.
But once again, the caravan is safe through the night.
Yay!
You did
Yay!
it. Did the thing.
You didn't die through the night. Good job, everyone. Is it going to be the same arrangements in the morning for when you head out to travel?
I think Wren would like to maybe switch with Sylra if she's willing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Put Sylra in
She
the
is
front, and Wren's going to be in the back.
Rhowan will offer to just hold down the front wagon with our two new buddies, Wallace and Cyndella, if, as Wren's kind of going in that direction, and like, if you don't have to swap, if you just want to go back there, I think it'll be fine. You can swap, just...
Thank you for letting me know my options, Rhowan.
You're welcome.
I thought I only had one, you see.
Now you have two. There's several more, in fact. I could enumerate them if you would like.
She does. She gives them a warm smile, though. Just yeah, Wren will head back to Deirdre's wagon, and I think she waits get on the road before she tries to engage Brielle with seeing how she's doing.
You see, she actually has that same book she was writing in before out, and she seems pretty enthralled in what she's writing down, kind of stuff.
Okay.
But if you're talking, she'll talk. She's just writing at the same time.
Okay. You've been well, not so chatty lately, Brielle. Is everything all right?
I feel a little better now talking to Rhowan last night. He gave me a hug, so that helped for sure. But
it does have that effect on people.
I was just having a tough time with a lot of stuff, people dying, people not wanting to be your friend, not being human, losing you.
People not wanting to be your friend as in Wilbur.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted anything to do with life, to be honest.
But he had so much still.
Yeah, but some people's lives are much more painful, less tolerant to go through.
I guess. I just wish I could be strong. Not like strong, but like you. Shit together.
I think I would say it takes a lot more strength to show your emotions in the way that you do.
I can't help that. When my emotions go, my hair glows. That like I can't. That's just natural.
I've been trying to figure out what to say to you for the past day or so. You just seem so down on yourself, and I don't enjoy seeing you that way.
I think I'm getting better. I mean, looking at Deirdre, look what happened to her, and she's doing better every day. I think it'll just take time.
And I don't often offer this to people. If you need someone to rely on during whatever this is, however long it takes, I'm willing to lend an ear. And I can actually take Rowan's form and give you as warm a hug as he offers, if you enjoyed those.
What about a red hug?
I haven't given enough of them to know if they're any good, but she stands up and kind of smooths out her hands, and it's very much awkward. Yeah, it's like this, and then but she's very she's really adept at giving people what they need. So after the initial fact that she's just offering somebody a hug right now wears off, she does just really embrace you. And I think you actually, Brielle kind of feels a little bit of a tremor in her chin, as though there was some sort of quiver in her lip. Then she pulls away from you after a moment.
Just before she pulls away, Brielle's gonna say, I know this is stupid, and I didn't get to say it last night, but remember, Wren, you're loved.
I actually did kind of miss that. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go dying again, okay? That was really stupid.
I have to agree with you. I did not enjoy that one bit, and I think next time there's a dragon, I won't stand directly underneath it.
I mean, I did that twice, and I was okay.
Solid advice.
But I get it.
I do think that I learned a little bit from that. I think next time, if that happens, if I don't remember my own advice to stay out of direct line of breath, I think I might be able to withstand at least twice like you.
I'll be there by your side. You got it.
She looks like she might have something more to say, but then she sees that Deirdre and Sylra are within the vicinity, and she's just
Sorry,
Oh.
did Sylra end up remaining in the wagon, or did she go up front with?
Oh no,
Rhowan?
she totally went up front.
Okay.
Escape emotion.
Cyra's like, she's crying. She's your problem.
So what's Deirdre doing then?
I mean, she's largely focused on driving the cart.
Okay.
Though you did hear like a little "aw."
I think when Wren like kind of sits down and they go back to doing things, you feel like a sort of brush on your mind, as the same way when she links minds with all of you, but she only does it with Brielle. And she says, "You have friends who love you too, Brielle." Like as if she very deliberately phrased it a certain way. Wren goes and she pulls out a little notebook of her own and starts flipping through it and just kind of quietly keeps Brielle company.
If you look at her notebook, she has the worst handwriting known to man. Like she's just like chicken scratch writing stuff, and like you probably would need a translator to read how bad it is. But you would probably see like constellations being drawn out in it. And she's trying her hardest to write down everything she's learned about magic up to this point from Rhowan and Sylra and Nadia. And she's just like, she's so focused on that to try and take things off her mind. It's kind of like her like hyper focus to help with that. But like it's so badly done. She's trying her darndest.
In a complete contrast, Wren's book has a list of names and phrases that seem like they like gibberish almost, and the most immaculate writing you've ever seen, just like as if a book was printed, and she takes her time very deliberately.
And we're just sitting there working on our books in silence, but it's that like mutual calming connection of just being by someone, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the front wagon, as you head out, you can hear Wallace kind of taps the side of his boot into Cyndella, and he goes, "You got the drow today." She's just like, "Just shut up. They're not interested in you. You don't know that. I'm handsome as hell." So, shit, I forget her name. You're on your own. Still a pretty drow lady.
She just like turns and is just like, pretty blue elf dude.
Did you say elf?
Elf dude. I don't know.
I'm a Triton. We're water people,
Okay.
we're not elves.
You're a fish dude. Nice.
Well, sure, close enough. So tell me, I've always thought that like blue and purple are complementary colors. What do you think?
Blue and purple? Well, I mean, they're not really complementary colors, but they do look nice together.
I think so too. So how about when we get to Vors, you and I see how we look together?
I prefer gray, though.
You prefer gray? I don't get what she means by that. Is that your boyfriend or something?
Well, I mean, I don't think he would like me seeing anyone else. Potentially. I mean, I could ask him right now.
Sorry, your volume kind of goes up and
Sorry.
down for me, so I'm losing the back end of your sentences.
While this whatever this is happening, Rhowan would like to try and drive the wagon so that the wheel, and only the one wheel that is nearest to this fishman, hits kind of a pothole. and jostles specifically him the most.
I mean, yeah, that's especially with that freaking animal handling roll. I'm gonna allow that. But sorry, Silver, what was that I missed before we get into that part?
She was basically just saying that like she could ask her boyfriend if it was okay if she saw someone else, but she doesn't really want to.
Okay, I get it. It's no big deal, but if anything ever happens, just look me up. I'm oh, my tailbone.
Ooh.
You can hear Cyndella like pulls her hat all the way down, but you can hear her laughing into it. He's just like, oh, right in the coccyx. It's really sore. Okay.
Yeah, you'd know that.
I can help you out with that if you need.
I'm good. Get a massage when we get back to town, I guess. And that kind of shuts him up for a couple hours. But the rest of the day goes pretty well. You find that the road is easily traveled at this point. It seems like whatever grim spirit has been following you has lifted for now. You make it through the rest of the day without interruption and find yourselves in camp once more. It's clearly used as a wagon camp regularly. Just a part of the land off the road that is flattened out and like cleared of snow. You can see remnants of fire pits. And once again, people get out of their wagons and set up. Nadia gets out of her cart and she locks it up, first of all, which you can see is very elaborate of a process. But she walks over to your wagon and then goes, Rhowan, have you seen Wren?
Yeah, she's traveling with Deirdre.
Okay. I just wanted to have a chat with her.
Yeah, she should be around.
I'm feeling a little better, so maybe you can meet me in my wagon this evening?
Okay, I think I can stop by.
If you're up to it. I've got wine and candles, so. She heads over to Deirdre's cart and says, Wren, would you mind going on a little walk with me?
Oh, sure. She kind of just places her book down, and follows.
Yeah, she kind of walks with you, heading back down the road that you were traveling. And she makes sort of idle small talk as you're going, and then
reciprocates.
After a little while, she looks back to make sure that they're not being followed and that they're a good distance off.
Do you need privacy?
Yes, I wanted to.
If you don't mind, I can link our minds so we can talk more discreetly.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, and she's going to be like, I can hear you.
Good. Okay. I cannot get this thing out of my head.
The gem?
Yes, and whatever ring accompanies it. I've never seen anything like this in all my life, and I did this sort of thing for the Empire for a little while. I've seen the artifacts the royal family has. But this is special.
Can I just insight check her to see if there's anything strange? Are we having a golem moment over this.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an insight check. She's really hard to read. Like, you've never seen her excited, so this is kind of a new thing to you. You don't know if this is a normal excitement or not.
Okay. That's fair. So what would you like me to do with this?
I don't know. I do have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. I don't have this kind of magic, but there are diviners who can find things.
I'm aware.
The description alone, or just the idea of it being connected to this gem, might work. Of course, that means you have to show somebody the gem, which is a little dangerous. I do have something, and she reaches into, literally into, under her clothing, like her bra, and pulls out a slip of paper, and unfurls it for you, and it's like a sketch of a ring. She's like, this is what I think it might look like.
You drew out what you think it might look like based on the gem.
Yes, it's an unusual shape. It's a particular cut. I know the era that it comes from. At least I think I do. And I've been doing this a long time.
It should work on something that's similar, I'm pretty sure. So, do you mind if I take that?
No, please do. Like I said, I just want to know what it is. I'm so curious.
You will be one of the first people that I tell. Maybe the first.
And if it isn't something that's, really limited in resources, as some artifacts tend to be, maybe it could be something that would help us accomplish both of our goals.
Perhaps.
Okay. I'm done being crazy about this. It's just I've never had something like that in my wagon.
Well, maybe we'll change that.
I knew coming to Cadence was a good idea.
Do you have any idea of who I could trust to talk to about something like this?
Rust? Rust is a commodity more valuable than the ring itself.
At least with some discretion. Someone who could be bribed, perhaps.
Well, the problem is, if they can be bribed by someone else, too.
I suppose they would have to know that I'd gone there.
Or they would have to know someone who's willing to pay more for that information. In Vors Delta, I don't know anyone that's trustworthy. In Kine, well, of course, Bilious Harpthorn's always there, but
yes,
that guy will roll on you in a second.
I've met him.
Who do I know that could make this happen?
No, I don't think she's gonna suggest him. She's
Okay.
like, actually, you know what? I might be able to ask somebody else.
Okay. If you run out of options, I do know someone, but it would take weeks to get there.
Would you be able to give me that information as a backup?
If we need him come to me, we'll talk it through. This isn't the kind of guy you just go giving his name out to anyone you meet wandering.
Yeah, you don't need to say any more about that.
I mean, these kinds of people. He's from home.
Yes, people from home are troublesome, aren't they?
Yeah. More than you know.
Perhaps. She says. I will be in touch with you about this.
Can you cast Ascending? If not, I can just check in with you once in a while.
Check in with me, yes.
Okay.
Every single day. Nadia, hello? No, Nadia.
You head back in towards the camp, and as you do, she immediately like picks up this boisterous tone. And so I told him that wasn't his bottle, that was ours, and he laughed and laughed and like just completely gave
Wren
me the
burst out
back end of the
laughing.
story. Yeah.
I can
But,
see
you
why
know,
you didn't want anyone to hear that. That's quite the scandal.
yes, well, your first time with an orc doesn't often doesn't often end as pretty as you might hope.
Yeah, I think as they're walking, Wren gets into some sort of big orc lady story now, just to reciprocate with her. And because it's been a meme.
Well done. All right. Well, on that note, maybe we'll take. Is it break time
It
now?
is now
It
break
is
time.
actually
It is break
now.
time. All right,
Yes.
cool. My brain has recalibrated. So yeah, we'll take a little break and we'll be back soon with the rest of the episode. So see you there. Welcome back, everyone. We were just talking about boys kissing, and David spit water through his nose or something.
Also
so.
cousins.
And
Yep.
cousins, yes. Oh my god.
You don't need to be concerned about us. It's fine. We're
Yeah.
very normal adults.
Our brains have taken a vacation this week, I swear. Something about D&D is happening here.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so you guys camp for the night, right? Or did you already do that?
We were in the process, so we're in the process of making camp for the night. Wren, you just get back from a walk with
Thank you.
Nadia.
Yes. So Wren and Nadia return to camp. Nadia kind of makes her way over to the big bonfire where a lot of the people are, and she's mingling with some of the, the other caravaneers and maintaining those business relationships as she does. And what are the rest of you doing?
I probably, Brielle probably would walk over to Cyndella and Wallace to, get to know them better, because she's kind of been in the other cart the whole time. So she'll just, walk up and make small talk and introduce herself again.
Yeah, right as you're coming up, they're pulling their stuff out of the wagon to kind of set up their own tents and stuff. And right as you're coming up, you see Wallace nudge Cyndella with his elbow. And she goes, "What? Oh, for fuck's sake."
I love her so much.
Hi, Brielle, was it?
Yep. Yeah. Hi. How you guys doing? Do you need help setting anything up, or?
No, actually, if there's anything you need help with, I'd be happy to help you out.
Oh no, I'm good. I've been doing this for weeks now, so I kind of got a whole thing where I go around and check in on everyone. So.
Oh wow, that's really nice of you.
Thanks.
Shit, I actually feel like a tool now. You are a tool.
That's not nice.
No, he's a tool. Yeah, I'm kind of a tool. I should have been helping people too. Fuck. See, maybe if I
Next
hung out
time.
with good people like Brielle here instead of you, Cyndella, I would have learned good manners. She just looks him up and down. She goes, "Not enough time in the world for you to learn something."
Are you guys together? You kind of fight like you're together.
She literally just spits at the thought of it. She's like, I wasn't even drinking anything.
Sorry, just you fight like my mom and my dad sometimes do, so I just thought it was... Sorry if I crossed the line.
Do you have any brothers, Brielle?
No, I have no siblings.
Okay. Well, you may be better off. Think of it this way. Think of Wallace as my little brother who fell on his head when he fell out of a tree and kind of just needs his big sister to lead him around by the hand so he doesn't drown on his own spit.
Okay.
He's just looking at her like, I stand between you and the dangerous things, right?
Oh, I can get behind that. I do that too.
Yeah. You know what? You seem like a really cool person, Brielle. If you ever want to hang out, go for a drink or something, you know, you can always find me at the Iron Tankard.
Okay, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. See, not everyone's a cranky old sourpuss like you. It's just like, who writes your insults?
I thought they were pretty funny.
Well, I hope you two are very happy together. And she just walks off, snickering to herself. So, where are you camping up tonight?
Oh, just our cart at the front now. Used to be at the back, but we're making sure everyone's safe now. So you've been riding in it the whole time. So.
Well, oh, so you actually just sleep in here on the wooden, like, wagon? Like,
Pretty much.
do you have like a bedroll at least?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's something.
I mean, I sleep
well,
on the ground too, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I guess. I bring lots of blankets. I like the extra padding underneath, you know? But my tent's going to be set up right there, just in case you're wondering where I am at any point. I'll
Okay.
be right there.
So if something scary comes, I come running to you, right?
Absolutely. Or if, you know, you just feel like it.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a good night, Brielle. And he, like,
You too.
slings his pack over his shoulder, and he hadn't quite finished tying it down, and all
Tied it
his
up.
stuff just shoots out the other side.
Do you need help with that?
I don't need those. It's fine.
Okay.
That's the extra stuff.
Oh, got it. Okay. I'm gonna go help more people. If you get free, maybe you should check in with them too.
You know what? I'm gonna do that. And he brings his pack over to his tent, and when you go to try to find more people to help, he slinks over and gathers up his things and moves them into his tent.
What a nerd.
But then he
Oh.
does legitimately go around asking if anyone needs help.
That's very sweet. That's it.
Brielle's teaching him.
Look, he's learning.
When Brielle's the teacher, I'm concerned.
Whoa, whoa.
All right, well, then the evening goes on. Unless anyone has anything they wanted to deal with, you can set up watches once more and do what you gotta do.
Same order, maybe?
Yeah, why not?
All right, well, Sylra, Wren, let's get your perception checks.
And Wren wears her new glasses at night.
And that disadvantage shouldn't have been there.
That's fine. You rolled really
I don't
low
know how to
with both of them
take it
again.
off. Oh my gosh.
Next time we'll swap.
Yeah, I'll take that off of there.
Oh, I figured out
Open
how.
what I thought it would. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you two find yourselves together once more, watching out for things. Wren, you with your new night vision.
Passion.
Nothing of note happens that you can see, or hear, or smell, or taste.
Is it just me, or is it a little bit odd that we're not encountering any more trouble? Like, not that I'm wishing for it, but
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit odd, but I don't know. With my dark vision, with your new glasses, like, who knows? Maybe there's just nothing. They're too afraid.
Well, one of the things that kind of concerns me is that usually, you know, like, if you were to disturb a pond of fish and they just kind of scatter because there's something bigger and more threatening, that I'm just saying.
So, are you calling us the fish, or?
I'm calling any smaller dangers a fish, and perhaps there's something else bigger in the pond keeping them away.
Well, I mean, there was that dragon, but
That is
who
true.
knows? Yeah, I mean, well, we could be that bigger sort of thing, or there's a bigger thing. Yeah. I didn't think of that, and now I don't really wish I was.
I'm very sorry. Maybe we should wake up the others and you can forget all about it.
Well, is our time up? I wouldn't want to wake them up before it's your turn.
Do you want to do another fashion show?
I mean, why not? I mean, you could also tell me about all the things that you can see and now, since, you can see.
They just sit down and Ren's like, oh, I actually see a squirrel over there. And so I was like, yeah, I saw that way before you.
All right. Well, that sounds like a fun evening you have instead of watching for danger. You wake the others up, and let's get some perception checks. And feel free to give any interaction between each other.
I think Ren's too used to being told to just sleep through the night because she can see.
Do you think we're gonna hear those weird screeching things again tonight?
I hope not. That was weird.
You know what they were?
No. It's not a animal cry I'm familiar with. So couldn't see where they were coming from too, so that complicated things.
Not dragons though, right?
No,
I'm kind of tired of them right now.
I don't think so. Seems unlikely.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out though. As best as I can. I think you're better at this than me.
As you guys take to watching, Brielle, you notice that north of your camp, in the distance, there is a significant amount of firelight near the road ahead. It's hard to make out exactly what this place is that's giving off so much light, but you can see structures that are behind a wall that have light kind of bouncing off of them. You don't see a direct source of light. And as you guys continue to watch through the night, you do hear a sudden whoa in the distance, followed by a big thud. But other than that,
In forward distance or behind us distance?
forward distance, yeah.
Rowan,
Weird.
did you hear that?
I assume I heard that, or
Yeah, you heard it.
oh, wow.
Look at me go.
Yeah, I heard that. Rowan's gonna check his map. Is there a structure on the road, like a settlement or a fortress or something between where he thinks they are and where they're going?
No, there shouldn't really be anything else until Vors Delta, and then from there is a road that goes eastward, but certainly wouldn't be anything that would be in sight for you now.
That's whatever's up there is new. Should probably check it out in the morning before we drive all these wagons through it.
Okay. I can go in the morning with you if you'd like.
Yeah, sounds good.
Also, I promised Wallace if anything happened that I would bring him too. So, are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. You doing okay?
I'm doing better.
Good.
Wren gave me a hug.
Did.
That's wild, right?
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
I like Wren. I mean, I like you too. Don't get me wrong.
No.
You're pretty, like, you helped me a lot. But, like, I just feel like a Wren hug is, like...
No, that's rare.
Rare.
It's rare.
Yeah.
I give them out like candy.
Yeah. But they're great. You give, like, the best hugs.
Oh.
Don't tell Wren I
thank you.
said that. But, okay. Sylra, I find, avoids me when I cry, but it's okay.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
She didn't seem too impressed when Deirdre was crying. I think she just doesn't like crying.
I think they do things a little bit differently in the Underdark.
Interesting. I'll have to ask her sometime.
Oh my god. On that note, you guys don't see or hear anything else interesting through the night. Morning comes and you are able to do as you see fit. So Wren wake up, and yeah, the caravan does as it's always done and gets themselves ready to be moving.
Just
I'll, like...
circle up the group. Yeah. Brielle heard something strange coming from up the road last night, and there looks like there's a structure up there. It's not on my map. I think we should investigate it before we pull out this morning.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
Wren just kind of like weighs their options. I suppose if it doesn't take too long, like last time.
We could see it from here. It's not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows what we're going to find there.
Well, we're gonna have to drive the wagons past it anyway.
All right, keep an eye out.
But before we do, I just want to. There's people in this wagon who travel this road frequently.
Yep, more or less.
We go find, I don't know, we go find Deirdre. She seems like she's a frequent traveler.
Yes, dear?
Is there, when was the last time you headed up this way, or were passing through this section of road here?
Let's see, I came back south 5 months ago.
Was there a structure on the side of the road between here and Vors?
No, there's nothing around Vors Delta.
Okay. We saw some, not trying to alarm, just trying to get some information. When we were on watch last night, we saw some firelight from off the side of the road up ahead.
It's interesting. Maybe a new settlement?
Could be. I think we're going to go take a look at it before we all pull out, just in case it's, well, I remember the goblins.
Yeah.
Don't want to be
okay.
surprised again.
Is somebody staying here to protect us, or?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Well, hope it goes well.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, as you head back, you can see that Cyndella comes out of her tent looking completely like organized and like put together, her pack's ready to go, and at the same time Wallace comes stumbling out of his tent wearing just his hosen, his hair all a mess, he's, got some dry drool down one side of his face. Just like, oh man, morning already, eh? And like,
Okay. I think Wallace might need more time before he's ready.
Even though it's like a very cold northern climate here, he seems completely unbothered by it.
Brightens.
Yeah. Now, if it was a watered
he'd be screwed unless there were acid around.
In retrospect, Cyndella probably would have been a better one to ask.
Yep, probably.
Rowan says that to Brielle when
Oh.
he sees Cyndella walk out of her tent.
Brielle's avoiding that area because he's not wearing pants technically, and she's just like averting her gaze, and she's just like, yeah, probably the best idea. You can ask her if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do you know anything about a structure on the side of the road up ahead?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's the Blue Fang's new fort. Isn't it
good.
nice?
Oh, we haven't. We saw it in the night. We saw the firelight from it last night.
Yeah, they put up a palisade 3 months ago, and they've been gathering their forces, and they are now building a stone fortress in the middle of it.
Incredible.
Yeah, a stronghold against the dangers of the road. I'm sure nothing terrible will result in this.
I can't see any way in which that would go awry.
Yep. They tried to tax us as we passed them on our way south.
Oh. I'm glad that's tried instead of did.
Well, they're charging people for protection money, and I pointed out that we are the ones doing the protecting around here, and eventually they agreed that openly conflicting with us over this matter would end poorly for them.
Well, would you maybe be willing to remind them of that again?
Certainly try. But I suspect card-carrying guild members and a caravan are going to be two different. It'll be apples and oranges.
We can only help.
Well, should we get moving?
I think the guy in his underwear.
Yep. She's not too concerned about how ready he is.
We'll make our way back to... Do you want to take the cart again and I'll go with Deirdre, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Up to you.
I feel better if we have someone near the back in case something gets us. Yeah. Plus, he's not wearing pants. She's just gonna be like it for Deirdre's cart.
She points to him over her shoulder, and you can see him behind her, like jumping on one foot, trying to get pants on.
This guy thinks he's so much smoother than he is.
Actually, I am pretty smooth. No hair all the way down. Great hearing, too.
You know what that's like.
I like him.
I like him a lot. He's so funny.
He's very entertaining.
Well, where's Sylra and Wren going to be for this?
I'll stay near the front since we're expecting possible trouble.
Yeah. Sylra will be there too. Hoping
You're all
for no
going in the
trouble.
front?
Yeah.
Everyone's in the front except for Brielle.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, and
because
the
Megan has
protection
to
in the back.
be furthest away from any danger. So it's just the law.
It is the law. Yep, okay. You all gather into your wagons and you head off. The road's a little rough, but it's serviceable, and as you ride in, you can see this massive wooden palisade. They have a small service road heading up from the main road to the main entrance there at this time, and you can see a lot of activity around this place. There's entire troops of 12 men marching in formation on patrols. There is a number of people hauling goods back and forth, mostly building materials. You can see that the stone structure in the middle is still very much under construction. There are people with ropes and pulleys lifting these large stones up and putting them into place. And down the road, on the main road in front of you, there is a sort of checkpoint set up with wooden barriers that are able to rise and lower to the ground. And there are about a dozen men who are well equipped, proper uniforms, sharing similar weapons, most of them carrying shields. And there are a couple men up on, not really a watchtower per se, more like a 8-foot platform with heavy crossbows in hand. They seem to just watch you approaching, at least the ones who aren't constantly surveying their surroundings. It's a pretty organized deal. But as you approach, they just kind of wait until you come to a complete stop. And then a man in like black metal armor and a silver badge on his chest steps forward, says, "All right, that's going to be 10 gold per caravan and 2 gold for each person on top of that."
Sorry
Who are you?
Who?
We're the Blue Fang mercenaries. We've taken care of this road, kept it safe. We have
I think
costs
the
to upkeep.
dragon that we had to fight yesterday morning would disagree with how safe the road's been kept.
Well, I
Mhm.
agree, except that dragon, 1, layers outside of my territory, and 2, is under contract with the champions of the New Frontier to be slain. They have failed to do so.
Wren kind of looks at Wallace and Cyndella.
Above my pay grade.
So this is a sort of fee because you've kept the road safe on the way here.
That's correct.
How?
Doesn't
How
really
did you?
match with our experience of this road.
Mhm.
Well, we only monitor this territory at this time. We are building and expanding. We would like to build more forts, but we can't afford to do so unless people who are being protected can pay the proper tax.
And what is the I guess penalty for not paying this toll?
You cannot pass.
And you own this road.
Yes.
She knows nothing about who owns what here, so she looks over at Cyndella like, is that true?
Well, no, but the lines are blurry. It's a frontier land, so kinda you put down your flag and there's no authority to stop you.
Nice.
So if we put down our flag, then we own it.
If you would like to fight them for this territory, yes.
How much did they say it was?
10 gold and 2.
Yeah, 10 gold for each caravan, or sorry, for each wagon, and 2 gold on top of that for each person.
Yeah, no.
Would you be able to tell me how much that is?
Well, it would be 120 for the wagons alone, and then it would be more than that. It's going to be.
I just don't know how many people are here.
Yeah,
so.
we don't
Yeah.
know people or wagons.
You'd be looking at an additional like 50 gold or so. Give or
Okay.
take.
Well, you see, I feel like there should be some sort of rate for people traveling through with their own protection, no?
Mhm.
People who've done quite a lot of slaying of goblins and Lupera and
We are
All the
sorts of things.
changers.
we are
you know.
actually adventurers who are in charge of this caravan.
Well, now because they fell, so.
Oh. Wilbur Near, right? World sod. We told him he shouldn't be doing this anymore.
kind of
Yes. The people who run this caravan like to underpay for protection, and as a result, that's what happens. If you were paying for Blue Fang protection, you would be waved through the checkpoint without a fee.
Actually, Wilbur got hurt in town, so it's not really anything to do with us being out here on the road.
Well, then perhaps that town needs increased resources like ours as well.
Yeah, protection against a dragon.
We'd stand against a dragon, ma'am. I'm not scared of it.
Sure, you're not.
Yeah, I
He
don't think-
genuinely doesn't look impressed by the idea of a dragon.
Yeah, I don't think we will be paying this toll for the road.
Well, then you're not going to be passing through. And
Well,
you can see as you make that statement that the crossbows aren't pointed at you, but they are now in your general direction. And as I said, there are about a dozen men at the checkpoint and at least 100 up the hill.
You charge this fee to commoners.
We
That's
charge this fee
very-
to everyone who travels the road. We charge more for merchants because they benefit more from it.
Oh, perfect. We're not merchants.
You run a wagon, you're a merchant.
We're not selling anything.
Do you know how many times I've heard that story, ma'am?
Not
Do you
letting
want to
fall.
check our wagon?
Pay the toll or don't move through. That's the end of the conversation. And as he says that, you see that Nadia has stepped down from her caravan and walks up, or her wagon. I keep calling them caravans. She walks up along the side of your wagon and she just says, sir, can I maybe discuss a business matter with you? See, I travel this road an awful lot, and I sell a lot of things to Grillick Blackeye, and I don't think he would be so kindly accepting of me being shaken down on the road like this. And he says, ma'am, I would caution you to not invoke his name in a way that might be disrespectful. So yes, you can talk to me about this, but I would really caution you to choose your words wisely. She just kind of nods, brushes it off, and says, absolutely. Let's discuss this, and takes him by the arm and walks away from the wagon for a minute. He
What
seems
was,
to have a very serious and low conversation with him.
what was the first name?
Grulluck.
Grullick?
Yes, Gruluk.
How far away are they?
20, 25 feet, give or take.
My elf ear is good for that.
You can certainly try.
I would like to certainly try.
Yeah, roll a
Sylra
perception
wants to
check.
try to.
Absolutely, roll a perception check.
Add disadvantage.
Actually, you're trying to hear, so it
Oh.
shouldn't be a disadvantage.
Well,
Yeah, you roll both low again. Don't worry about it.
One of these days.
One of these days, it'll work out for you. Don't worry.
don't think it's going to.
Well, Rhowan, you hear her explain that she has been an exclusive seller of particular magical what's the word? I lost the word partway into it. Like curiosities to both Grullick and other very important people within the city of Vors Delta. And he says, yes, I understand that, but that doesn't change the rules. I can't just let an entire caravan pass through without paying the toll myself, and I'm not going to do that. So you're going to have to pay it. And she says, it's really in your best interest to let us through. And he says, absolutely, let them through.
I got you,
Yeah.
Nadia.
Love this woman.
That's what I was hoping to catch.
As he walks back, the guy at the gate holding the lever, he's just like, sir, are you sure? Let them through. It's in our best interest. Okay. The gate falls down, and she just kind of smiles at you guys and does one of these and heads back to her wagon.
Wren was sitting like in the back, and she kind of like leans forward and looks at Rhowan as like, I really like her.
She's good. She's really good.
But you guys managed to continue on and put the fort behind you. You can see that there's a little bit of a confused look on some of the guys' faces, but you know, the commander told them to lower the gate, so they do what they do. And
That guy's gonna get in so much trouble.
Oh yeah.
he's gonna burn the paperwork that anyone reports that he let an entire caravan through. Nope, that did not happen. But you continue on, and oh, David, you cast a blur on yourself. You continue on, and by evening, you find yourself at the outer walls of Vors Delta. Let's see. As you approach, you can see that the city has been growing. There are new outer walls being constructed, and as you approach them, you can see that there's a number of small farms set up to grow hardy root vegetables, though Rhowan, at the very least, would know that without magical aid, even those would not grow here properly. So there's obviously druids at work within these farmsteads. You can even see sort of balls of like glowing sunlight hovering over some of the fields. Though the new walls are not complete, every 40 feet or so is a large stone tower with a mounted ballista and an armed soldier at it. There are many from the private militia patrolling the surrounding land, and the area seems well secured. There is a checkpoint before entering the city in which you are asked the typical questions. You know, how many are you? Where's your manifest? Like, you know, where are you coming from? What's your business? You know, they're just trying to get a feel for who you are. And once that's kind of all covered, they remind you that this is a city governed by law, and that if you break the law, you will be dealt with immediately and without a trial. Let's see. You continue on forward past the outer walls, and you kind of find yourself in this sprawling suburb on a nice flattened out road. And there are houses as far as the eye can see, and even more being built off in the distance away from the main road to accommodate the growing population of Vors Delta. But about half an hour, 40 minutes, you find yourself reaching the inner walls, not as heavily defended now that they have the outer walls, but still you have men walking back and forth on patrol, and inside you can see a number of guardsmen who are a little bit more casual, more so keeping an eye on the citizenry than looking for invaders at this point. But inside these walls, everything gets a lot more dense. You end up with a lot more taller stonework buildings, and then a number of sort of stone bases with wood additions built floor after floor on top of them. The streets are crowded with all manners of business that you can find here. But as the caravan navigates its way through, you find a spot in a busy market square to bring it to a stop. Some of the wagons immediately open up shop and draw a significant crowd as people flood to the new vendors. You know, people bringing in new wares, always a curiosity for people. And equally, some merchants come running towards the wagons with goods in their arms, trying to make trades with new dealers. Yeah. So, is there anything you guys want to do with that, or interact with, or any intentions that you want to sort of declare?
I think first of all, I just you said that some of the caravans in are the now you got me doing it. Some of the wagons.
I don't want you to.
Some of the wagons in our caravan, they're opening up shop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They kind of like as soon as they stop in the market square, you see people scrambling to open up their things, raising the awning kind of thing, and
Just a quick, whoever I see first between Nadia and Deirdre, check in to see what this caravan usually does, because we do have other business around the city and it's big. So like, where are they going is what Wren is hoping to figure out.
So who are you going to talk about that?
Whoever I see first out of Nadia and Deirdre.
Well, Nadia's like directly behind your wagon, so
Okay.
She's already opened up her window and set out the stairs and like.
Then Wren tries to catch her while she's opening up, and she's just like, so we have some things that we need to do in the city here, but does the caravan have some sort of place that they like to stop in that we could find everybody, or do they just generally stay here?
Well, I think they'll be setting up shop here for the next few days, if history is any indication. I usually stay here for the first day or so, and then I transact business around town. Got a number of contacts here that I've been looking forward to seeing again.
I'm sure. How about that bottle of wine? When would you like to have that?
Oh, maybe tomorrow night?
I'm not sure how long our business is going to take, but make sure to message me before.
I can do that.
I would like that.
And, well, thank you for everything you guys did. I'm glad to have arrived alive.
That is a nice thing, yes.
If you're looking for magical items, she points at a stall. You can see that it's got a number of like pricey looking magic items on display. And as she's pointing at it, you can see like a young boy in like ragged clothing go to grab for one of them, and is immediately like just like zapped like a bug zapper. He's God, and you see this dwarven man come around the corner. Get out of there, you fuckwit! And the kid runs off. Jurgen over there, bit of a temper, but he's a very good friend, and he only sells quality items.
Well, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, anywhere else in this marketplace, you want to test anything before you leave with it.
That's fair.
I once bought what I thought was a genuine crystal decanter. I got about 10 paces away from the stall, realized that it was just glass, turned around, the stall was no longer there.
Yes, we don't want that.
Yep. It was a lesson that cost me 12 gold, or perhaps it was a 12 gold of education. Don't be fooled.
Thank you. I will keep my wits about me. And
That's true.
I hope you have a good business day.
I do too. We'll see. Wars can be difficult at times, but I'm hopeful.
I've heard. Right, Wren's done. She just kind of wanted to gauge how long these people would be here. So
Brielle would have pulled up, and if Deirdre wanted to set up shop, she would have helped her do that kind of thing.
She definitely does, and you can hear like even as you're like pulling like dress racks out and stuff, she's like already yelling up to draw up a crowd about the rarest new imports.
Well, I guess this is goodbye.
Oh dear, no. I still am not finished. How long are you in town?
I'll ask the front of the group, because I just kind of do what they do. But a couple days, I'd assume. We have some stuff to do around here.
Good. Just I'll be here in the marketplace. Come see me before you leave. Okay?
Okay. Good luck today.
Same to you.
Thanks. Bye. Actually, she's running off, and then she'll be like, bye. And she runs off to go ask, so how long are we actually staying here for?
That depends on how long it takes us to convince this Trevor fellow, I suppose. I would like to do what we need to do and leave as quickly as possible, though I also have perhaps a meeting tomorrow.
With who? Anyone important?
With Nadia.
Oh. About anything important?
It's important to me.
Okay.
I'm
sure we can find something to
I
do.
forgot I have something I needed to ask her. I'll just see her at some point.
She is just right over there.
Yeah.
You can see there's already a line of people in front of her.
It's just for, those names again for that scrolled. So,
Magic guy there. Oh wait, I wasn't around for that. Never mind. Take that back.
What is Sora looking for again?
it was someone that would be able to read the scroll that she has or understand it a little bit, language-wise.
Fair enough. We could certainly ask around.
Yeah. Just, I don't know if we should be careful about who we ask or.
Oh,
whatnot.
you should definitely be careful if you don't know what it is.
Yeah. But anywho, did we want to get food or drink or something while we figure out things?
I would very much like to see if we can figure out where Trevor Nesselbrook resides.
Mm-hmm. Well, how would you find that information up here? I'm more used to the Underdark.
You could
Is
ask.
there like
I don't know if I can detect him, but if he works with Galderite, I might be able to find if there's some Galderite nearby.
Well, the thing is, we were told that we cannot send Scry or teleport into a space, and so I feel like it's probably protected from that sort of magic. I'm sure, though, he has made a name for himself somewhere here, so Wren's gonna find somebody who looks like local and start asking around about Trevor Nesselbrook. I think first she would ask Wallace or Cyndella, though.
Sorry, this Trevor Thumble bitch. What was it?
It's Nesselbrook.
Nesselbrook. No, I don't think I know him, but you know what? A great place to find information.
The Iron Tankard.
You got it.
Okay. Maybe we are getting that drink after all, Sylra. Well, you gonna lead the way then?
Absolutely. Cyndella, you coming? Yes, I have to make sure you don't drown in your ale. Good. Let's go. And he starts walking with purpose. And as you guys follow, like a lot of the vendors are like, come here, buy this, I'm like, best cast iron you can ever find,
That's the best cast iron you can ever find. Do you think I should get one for my mom?
Brielle, you shouldn't believe everything that people say. Nadia actually very much warned me that you should double check what people are saying.
Herbal
Oh, good to
supplements
know.
guaranteed to make you stronger, 100% effective.
So do the stars. She like shouts back as they walk by.
There you
You
go.
can see him genuinely confused by that.
That's the right attitude, Brielle.
Got it.
But you guys make your way through the city, and you kind of twist and turn a little bit, and you find yourself at a fairly sizable building. It is 3 stories. It is longer than it is wide. Outside is a big wooden sign with a massive iron tankard, he just kind of pushes the doors open, and he's just like, "I'm back, everyone," and absolutely no one cares.
I was gonna say, what's the response?
A couple of people look at him and then just go back to what they're doing. There are dozens of tables with chairs around them, and there's all kinds of people sitting around having their own quiet conversations. At the bar is a fairly large man, looks to be pure human, but unreasonably large for a human. And he is, doling out drinks and polishing glasses. But Wallace leads you straight up to the bar, and he's like, "Henry, we're gonna need 6 ales." He's just like, "You're going to pay up front." Not to worry. I closed out 4 bounties this week. And he slides some coins across the counter, and he goes, "I'm sure you did. Cyndella?" She's like, "Yeah, I did all the work." "Okay, that's what I thought." But he does get 6 ales and puts them out, and he goes, "Oh, visitors. They're all with you too?" "Yeah, they're good people. Apparently they took down a dragon."
Well, not
Mostly.
We chased it off.
"Oh, well, that's as good as killing it, right? According to the bounty."
It's probably just
Okay.
mad now.
But yeah, I thought maybe they might want to check out the place. Maybe we add some more strong arms to the roster. "Yeah, that's not your decision, bud. But Tara is in if they want to meet her." "All right. Well, you could at least pretend I have a little bit of clout around here. I'm not doing that for you."
Cyndella, however.
All right. So anyway, guys, welcome to the Iron Tankard. I'm obviously a big shot around here.
Thank you for the drink.
You're welcome.
I'm certain you got special pricing for all of your reputation.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Well, actually, the guild pricing is kind of set in stone, but
You don't have to say that part,
I don't like lying. It doesn't feel good coming out of my mouth. Makes me kind of feel sick. So I try not to do it.
That's actually a very good trait to have.
No, it's not. That's why Cyndella
Not.
does all the talking.
Mm.
She just kind of like sighs, and she's like, "Nobody I know talks more than you."
I feel like we have a lot in common.
I guess you do.
I don't know. I get told I'm a chatty Cathy. I wasn't too chatty this past week, and everyone was like, "What's up, Brielle? Something's weird with you."
That was very weird, yes.
See?
Yeah,
I don't
there's
think
nothing
being
wrong with
chatty's
that.
the
See,
worst.
yeah, we're just good people who like to socialize and be friends with everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Who doesn't want friends?
I don't know. A Cyndella, I guess.
I'll be your friend, Cyndella.
She kind of just goes, "Thank you. I would love to be friends with you."
Brielle's just like, Just sit for real.
What do you guys want to see? In the back, we've got a training area, and upstairs we've got bedrooms, and upstairs they don't let me go there.
Upstairs.
This man talks like he's 8.
I want to watch a sitcom with these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can get me the budget, I'll do it.
I got $20.
Not quite there.
Cash.
We'll need to start a Kickstarter or something.
Well, you did say that this was a good place for information. I assume that you didn't just mean you.
Right, you're absolutely right. Okay, so let's see. Cyndella just like puts her hand on his arm. She's like, "I'll ask around for them. Don't worry." And you can see she just takes her ale and she goes over to one of the tables that has 3 people around it, and she just makes casual conversation with them for a few minutes, and then moves to another table. And about that time, as she's kind of making her way to like the 3rd table or so, sorry, I'm looking for my assets. Cannot find my assets. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I'm in a weird mood tonight. I'm sorry, everyone.
What? No way.
Yeah, about that time, you see a door on a upper level open, and stepping out onto like the catwalk is a very large Goliath woman with her hair done up in a long ponytail, with a lot of scarring all over her exposed skin wherever you can see it, and red war paint kind of splayed across her face and her arm. She's carrying in her hand the biggest greatsword you've ever seen. And hanging on her back is a large round shield. She heads down the catwalk, down the stairs, hangs them up on the wall at the bottom, and then walks over to the bartender and has a quick, quiet exchange of words with him, and then notices your group at the bar. And she seems to ask him about you before stepping around and walking over there. "Wallace, you bringing me recruits now?" He's just like, Tara, these are people we met on the road. They pulled our ass out of the fire. You wouldn't believe it. They showed up in the nick of time and started slaying hobgoblins like you've never seen. For real, it was impressive. Even Cyndella said so. She like goes to look to see that Cyndella's actually in the room, and goes, "All right, well, tell me what happened."
She's asking us to tell her what
Yeah,
happened.
she's looking at the 4 of you. Whoever's standing closest to her is probably who she focuses in on, and you can see that she's got kind of an intense gaze to her. Like she looks through you as much as looking at you. She's sizing you up and like sort of just inherently intimidating you as her eyes land on you.
Well, it's just as Wallace explained here. After a morning of waking up and fighting a dragon, we regrouped and headed off down the road, only to find that there was some help needed at a little lumber town. How many? There were a few bugbears there, and
There were hobgoblins, not bugbears.
hobgoblins, and
Ogre.
an ogre.
All right.
Not the first time that we ran into one on our way here, actually.
Oh, I killed one by myself.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you use?
An axe.
All right. Well, don't give me all the details.
What do you want to know?
I want to know everything. Who are you people?
Well, I'm Rhowan.
Oh, yeah, I'm Brielle, Emberglow of the Phoenix Forge.
Hmm. Never heard of it, but it sounds exciting.
We're in Attigran. We're looking to come across into this province and hopefully, help adventurers out with cool supplies and weapons and armor and shields and yeah.
They
That
make
sounds pretty cool.
They make very quality work.
Did you make that axe?
No, my dad did, but like he runs the forge, so it's quality.
Do you mind?
Yeah. She'll like show.
Yeah, she takes it, and in her hand, it seems like a hand axe. But she looks it over very thoroughly. Interesting carvings here.
The phoenix or on the bottom?
The phoenix is really nice, but what are these? Are these
They're-
giant?
Yeah. Do you speak giant?
Of course, I'm a Goliath.
Oh, I don't know. I've never met someone like you. It's rude to assume. I learned that.
Well, I suppose that's a good outlook to have.
Yeah. But yeah, I carved that myself. It lets me do like cool stuff. Like sometimes when I'm fighting, like a cloud will appear, and if something's coming at me or my friends, if they actually stay close to me, I can
Never happens.
I can like I don't know what happens, but it's just like it like almost goes through and then just magically appears, and whoever I'm focused on, it can attack them instead. I don't know how it works, but it does.
That sounds really interesting, and I would love to see it in action.
Okay.
All right. Well, Brielle, you're a very interesting person. She hands you back your axe.
Thanks. Your sword's really cool.
Sorry, my sword?
Yeah, I saw you walking with it earlier.
Do you want to see it?
I'm right now. Maybe you should talk to my friends, but I'd love to see your sword.
Okay. All right. Well, Brielle's friends. Rhowan, was it?
Yeah.
You got anything else to give me?
I don't know. What do you want to know? I make sure that everybody stays alive.
He's a very talented healer.
Healer's good.
He can turn into wild animals as well.
Yeah.
He does a great horse.
I do
Yeah,
agree.
he does.
All right. Well, that'd be interesting to see too, though I don't know how being a horse would help me in a fight. But
I mean, you can ride them.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Well-
maybe not you.
But well,
horses tend to have a little bit of trouble with me.
do bear?
Now that would be cool.
You could do that.
All right. And I see we have a visitor from the Underdark.
Yeah. Sylra. Warlock. Can do
Well,
magic. I like to
Magic's
fight.
always good. I like to have a few spellcasters behind me when I fight. Tends to come in handy. Okay, and then we have...
Red is already like, you can see that she kind of does a little bit of a flourish with it, and the psychic blade kind of wraps up her arm, and then she also gets out her other one and kind of like stands there wielding these two psychic blades. And this is one of my many skills, but the one I rely on most, I suppose.
That is a very interesting ability. I've heard of things like this, but I've never seen it.
She's going to toss one to like an empty spot on the wall and just let it disappear there and then resummon it in her hand.
It's crazy. That didn't even cut the wall. How does it hurt things?
Oh, it hurts things.
Mostly their mind. It really penetrates their thoughts and renders them docile.
That sounds scary as hell. What was your name?
Wren,
Wren, I really hope you never turn those things on me.
I hope so too.
All right. So you seem interesting. Now tell me, what color was this dragon you supposedly fought?
White.
Was that him? And she points, and you can see on one of the boards nearby there is a fairly large ink drawing of a white dragon. Under it, you can see the word Cithralex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was him.
That's his name.
That
Caught us while we were
motherfucker.
asleep.
Yeah, yep. Something stirred him up. He's still supposed to be sleeping. And now he's running fucking wild and killing livestock, travelers. Even a small settlement got hit. I don't know what the fuck his problem is, but no one really wants to go into his lair to try to kill him because, well, he is dangerous in his lair.
Just a heads up that some of our caravan lost some relatives to him in the fight
And decided to gather
may have
forces
more
and go
vengeance,
fight him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I caught wind of that. He was offering to pay more than we are for the dragon, and people flocked to him. And I suspect a bunch of people are about to die.
The whole stirring up thing has been a common thread throughout our travels. Is there something you know about that?
Well, yes, there are things I know about it, but I'm sorry, that information is privileged.
Privileged for...
At the very least, guild members.
I figured.
Really, my inner circle. I've got 6 people that I trust. That we're trying to figure this thing out.
And
Well,
you
it's-
are... Oh, go ahead. And you are taking on new guild members. Then it wasn't just Wallace's ambition that brought us here.
We're always looking to get good people into this guild, but we only take the best. That's always been our way.
And how do you prove that you're the best?
Well, I guess you could show me what you can do in the back rooms. But if they vouch for you, if Cyndella vouches for you, you're pretty much already in. And Wallace, he may be a little bit slow on the uptake, but he also knows combat. He knows it inside out, and his praise goes further than you might think.
Does like to hit on the ladies.
Yep, that he does. I've seen him come out of here with black eyes, broken nose. You know,
toxics.
that'd be
Thank
new
you
to me.
for that.
Hitting one.
He hits on everyone. He has sort of a rotation. Every once in a while, people get fed up with it and give him what's for, and he never fights back. He knows he's too much sometimes. And you can see, like, he's just kind of drinking his ale, like, I'm right here, guys. Nah, but he's a good kid.
I enjoyed his company.
And, well, I guess proper introductions are, due at this point, and she sticks out her massive white hand. I'm Tara. They call me Tara the Titan. It's become sort of a moniker at this point. Kind of makes a point of shaking each of your hands, and now I'm I guess I'm the head of this whole operation. It means I do more paperwork than monster slaying these days, but well, someone's got to do it.
Yes. Well, I think many people have heard of you at this point. It's an honor.
Literally my first night here.
Your first night in Vors Delta?
No, in kind. There's a bard that was singing about you.
Which one was it?
Friedrich.
Oh,
Finger?
fingerling.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that little Swindoll piece of shit.
Yep.
I chased him out of Vors
Hmm.
2 years ago.
Oh.
He gets back in every once in a while, but he's not the real problem. He's part of a bigger problem that honestly has grown beyond our control at this point.
But that's how I found out about you, so it couldn't have been all bad.
Well, he's a good bard. He can sing. And, got a nice little voice on him. But yeah, they've been writing ballads about me for a while now, and most of it's exaggerated, and some of it's completely made up, and some of it doesn't even scratch the surface of what I've done. She has a little half smile as she says that. But if you're looking for membership, why don't we go in the back and you can show me what you're actually capable of.
Is it sorry, is it gonna be a problem if I'm already affiliated loosely with the Silver Compass Society and the
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, in fact, that's great. That a lot of my people come in with fighting knowledge and not much else, so having someone that knows the land as well as you do would probably be a great asset to us.
and no problems with the Church of Arandor either?
No, your faith
Oh.
is your business. I mean, unless you're worshipping the god of death or something, I might have second thoughts.
Eh? I got no problems with that.
Sounds pretty cool. Rail's been starstruck this whole time.
Well, come with me then. And she heads back to the same direction that she came from. And as she goes, she picks up her shield and her greatsword from the wall, heads up the stairs. She leads you through the same door, and you come into a large open room. The walls are lined with various weapons of different sizes and shapes. And in the middle of the room, there are three pretty large solid wooden mannequins, many chips and dents in them, except these three mannequins have all been cleaved completely down the middle. She goes, well, those aren't going to be much use to you anymore, so maybe just come at me and I'll see what I can block.
You sure?
I'm very sure. And then she steps into the room, turns around, and just... And you can see she's holding this greatsword in one hand and her large shield in the other. And I think that's where we'll call it for tonight.